Let's put the spotlight though on the real estate sector. In a recent note, Nuvama said that the unsold inventory continues to improve and prices were up in most cities, surging as high as 20%. To discuss this, we have Parvez Akhtar Qazi, who is the Executive Director at the Nuvama Group. Parvez, hi, good morning and thanks a lot for joining in. If you can just tell us what the overarching theme is, which are the pockets that you're seeing growth in? Because, even in a market like, say, the MMR region, traditionally you had pockets like, say, a Lower Parel, Bandra doing well, but now a lot of micro markets are starting to open up, whether it's Sivri, Chembur, Versova, etc. I mean, these are just some nuances of what's happening in a market like Mumbai. But you tell us, what is the overarching theme of your report and where do you see the big opportunity over the next 1 year?
Hi, good morning. So housing sales continue to do well across most cities. To answer your question specifically about Mumbai, the western and the central suburbs are currently doing quite well. In fact, 80% of the overall absorption that we are seeing on the housing side in Mumbai is happening in these two particular regions. At a broader level, luxury real estate is doing well across the board, whether it is Mumbai, whether it is NCR and Bangalore. So yeah, I mean, Mumbai being a prime market has a lot of luxury inventory available in the market, and that seems to be doing well, especially in the south central Mumbai. Apart from that, mid-income housing in both western and central suburbs is also doing quite well. In fact, we remain quite positive on the Mumbai real estate market on the back of the large infrastructure spending which is happening, and that should create positive momentum for housing going ahead, even in the extended suburbs of Mumbai.
Hey, all right. Hi, Parvez. Good morning and good to see you in. Nigel on this side. What are you working with in terms of pre-sales numbers for Q4? A couple of brokerage notes are talking about 20-25% growth. What are you factoring in? Because we'll start getting those numbers in the next few days.
Yeah, I mean, we should see somewhere between 15 to 20% kind of YOY growth in Q4. Now, one has to keep one thing in mind. Unsold inventory with most listed developers now is quite low. And therefore, pre-sales number in any particular quarter are now heavily dependent on launches. Now, for most developers, frankly, it is difficult to have a steady stream of launches every quarter. So you will see that bit of volatility in pre-sales numbers across quarters. Quarters which will have healthy launches will see very, very high pre-sales numbers. On the other hand, you might have 1 or 2 quarters in a particular fiscal where there are not too many launches, and therefore pre-sales might be a bit muted in that quarter. But frankly, I mean, for real estate, one has to move away from looking at a quarter-to-quarter phenomena. On an annual basis, we do expect 25 to 30% kind of pre-sales growth for most listed developers in FY24 as well as in FY25.
Parvez, hi, morning. I completely take your point that inventory with the listed players is low, but you'd agree that supply is coming, has and it continues to come on very fast, right? You mentioned especially the south and central Mumbai. A lot of new supply coming up. There's just cranes everywhere, and you speak with builders, you just have to look around what's happening. Will that be a catalyst for could that be a catalyst for some sort of price correction, over the next, say, 6-12 months?
Hi, good morning. Frankly, we are not really in a range where you are likely to see price correction either in Mumbai or in fact in any other market. In fact, if you look at last couple of years, except Hyderabad, all the other major cities are continuously witnessing decline in unsold inventory. The reason is very simple. While supply definitely is picking up, but the improvement in demand is in fact much higher than supply. I mean, to put a number, if you look at CY23 as a year, demand rose 30% YOY, whereas supply was up only 16% YOY, and that too on a lower base. So the unsold inventory continues to fall. In most cities, it is anywhere between 15 months to 22 odd months. So frankly, even including the south central micro market, we are not really likely to witness unsold inventory going up anytime soon, nor there is going to be any pressure on prices. Having said that, the extent of price increase obviously is going to be different in different cities. Mumbai anyways is an expensive market. Housing affordability is kind of low here. So compared to other cities, price increase in Mumbai might not be that high. But frankly, we are not really expecting any kind of price correction in any major markets in India.
Okay, I wanted your thoughts specifically on prestige estates because they are doing a lot to capitalize on opportunities in the residential sector. They've now entered into a deal with ADIA and Kotak AIF as well for 2,000 crores. Despite the rise that we've seen in prices already, in the stock price that is, do you expect more?
So whether we talk about prestige or in fact most other listed developers, valuations frankly are expensive. Many of these stocks are now trading at a premium to NAV, and this is something which we had last seen only in 2007. So there is a chance that in the near term, most of the real estate stocks might do only sideways. But as we said, I mean, we expect 25 to 30% kind of pre-sales growth for most listed developers. So overall, we remain bullish on most listed developers. Prestige, in fact, is one of our top picks because housing clearly they are doing well. They are entering many new markets like NCR, etc. Apart from that, their other major segment, which is office, also is doing quite well. And after a couple of years of slowdown post-COVID, we are witnessing good demand even in the office segment. So we do expect prestige estates to do quite well going ahead.
Okay, all right. Parvez, so you're positive on Prestige. Which are the other stocks that you're positive on? If you could run us through the top 2 or 3 ideas.
So our top picks are in fact companies which have presence both in the housing as well as office segment because as I said, both these segments are doing well. So we like stocks like DLF, Prestige and Brigade.
DLF, Prestige and Brigade.
Brigade
Okay.
Enterprise.
All right. Any other companies where anything that you're, underweight on, where you're a bit circumspect given the kind of rise that we've seen in the prices?
Fundamentally, we are positive, but yeah, I mean, obviously from a stock price perspective, keeping in mind valuations, we currently have a hold recommendation on Godrej Properties and Oberoi Realty. But apart from that, we have a buy recommendation on most other real estate stocks in our coverage universe.
Are you expanding the coverage to include more names, Parvez? Or stick with what you have? I mean, yeah, sorry, go on.
I think we have a pretty decent coverage. We cover about 13 stocks, including the REITs. But yeah, I mean, going ahead, more real estate companies are definitely going to come into picture. So yeah, I mean, in future, we would definitely look at expanding our coverage.
There was a story, I think, Dosti Realty, the Mumbai-based player, perhaps is coming up with the IPO. So yeah, I mean, there will be more listings per se, and there are a few others already out there as well. Parvez, great to have you with us here. Thank you very much for joining us, and it's good chatting with you here on CNBC TV 18. So that is a quick chat on the real estate space. I mean.